You're live. Yay. Going live. Hello, everyone. I say at the very beginning of the stream, and no one's really here watching. So today we're doing day 26 of Mermay. The prompt is shore. And I have no idea what I'm going to do for it. So that's what you guys are here for, even though you're not here yet, because you haven't gotten into the stream yet. But the process you should know by now. By the way, let me just make a statement about the day 19 was Wrath 2021, day 21 video that I am putting out, the futuristic prompt. I know I said that I would release it today, but some other things came up, and so I wasn't able to fully finish the video. Hoping that I can have it out tomorrow or Thursday. It's mostly done. It's just like I need to review it, render it, do a couple of other things, stuff like that. Final touches to the video before I can upload it. And some people requested that I do another live stream, which takes time away from me being able to edit my videos. So that's why you haven't seen any futuristic Mermay prompt video from me yet, but it's coming. Fear not. Be not afraid. I have my charcoal pencil selected right now. Do I want to use that? I kind of have been getting really into using this, where is it? It's in the concept art brush pack. Hard round Min. I don't know what the rest of the brush name is, and I can't be bothered to find out, so I'm gonna delete that. Sure. This is the shoreline. No, I didn't want to erase that far. Let me make it more like this, and then we get someone's just driving by in a very loud motorcycle. And the thing is that I tried to close my window so there wouldn't be too much sound coming in, but I don't think it's not gonna fully work. For some reason, people are driving around with loud vehicles today. Okay. What can we do with shore? Let me put my opacity on here. Hello. Welcome. So the prompt for today is shore. Give me your ideas because I have none. I didn't really know what I was going to do for today. The thing is, I feel like I kind of did a shore related one for wreckage, because let me show you what wreckage was. That was the one where I had kind of Ariel and all these pieces. So my idea was kind of like, she's the wreckage, and now she's on the shore here. So I don't really know what she could be doing. Bucket for a crown. What does that have to do with the shore? The end of the daddy video, but Ariel's on the boat. I'd have to look up how the daddy video ends. I haven't watched that one enough times yet. Oh yes, also hi. Also hello. Also welcome. Oh my god, that's what he says in that song? Ariel would be in a boat because she likes boats. She likes human things. Bucket for a Crown is a great song, by the way. But I've never known half of what he's saying in that song, and I'm sure he didn't really know either. It's also kind of limiting because I didn't define what it is. It just being the general it, you know. Things are more difficult because it's Mermay, and so I feel that I can't do Ariel in her human form. It doesn't make sense. That I'm not drawing a mermaid. I'm just drawing a human. So she, as a character, has an opportunity to be doing things that are more human than mermaid, but if I do them for my drawings, then I feel like that's not really, it's defeating the purpose. This Ariel looks kind of like a ghost. Yeah, Stephen King's It. How did you know? I don't know who tagged him, but he's it. Yeah, she has a bucket for a crown. Yeah, I'm glad I could illustrate it, literally illustrate it for you. Yeah, I think the idea is that it's like this person, it's basically the concept of Viva La Vida, the song, but from a different person's perspective rather than a first person perspective. Is like talking about it from someone, you know what I mean? You actually prefer the 90s It miniseries to the two movies. I actually prefer Cousin It from the Addams Family. And the two movies from the 90s of the Addams Family. But more specifically, Addams Family Values. You like how easily I can draw humans? Well, thank you. I feel like I'm still not that good at it, but the other thing too is that like this part of humans is what I draw most often. So when it comes to like trying to do legs, I don't know, and feet, it's a little more difficult. I can get one, and then to get the other and have them like make sense, and I don't know. It's also easier when you're sketching than if you're trying to like make it look nice. Or if you're trying to draw someone doing more than just standing still. Anyway, Adam's Family Circus of Values. Oh my god. Maybe shore is Ariel turning her back on the shore. I don't know how to draw that. I'm trying to envision it. Here's the shore. Here's Ariel. I can do one of these drawings where you see half her body because the other half is still underwater, but you see the top part of her and the bottom part and then the middle. So it's not a third of her is under the water and 2/3 are still above the water. And then she'd be like, I'm done. With the shore. That's what she's saying. What would I do if I was done with the shore? I think I'd want to like kick it. Is this like when I had shame as a prompt and I decided to literally destroy the word shame? Maybe her in the water with the shore behind her and a single teardrop from her eye. Like that gif of that kid crying who's just like very... and he has a single tear. But Ariel, so she has a hair swoop. And a Disney face. Every teardrop is a shore. So maybe we have her. I don't know why I'm putting a shirt on her, but it's just because I feel like it, I guess. She won't have a shirt later. Probably. Will not draw the shirt. Well, but she can be in the water like here, and then I don't have to draw her hands. How about that? Remember when, what did I set the bathtub one to? Remember when we had the bathtub? And I put it in a different prompt. But I think that her fins would fall more like this than be straight up. And probably not, this wouldn't be straight either. It will like come out of the water from here. We did put it for smartphone. Are they bunny ears? Yeah, and look, and here's the little eye, and here's his little cheeks and whiskers, and his mouth, and its sharp teeth. Yeah. fins, yeah. But now it's a demon bunny with no nose. And now it's a demon bunny with a nose. And apparently two sets of ears. Or a set of ears and very long fur by its eyes. Oh boy. So now I have to think, am I going to use that for the smartphone prompt? Maybe. Does it make more sense to have the tail behind her? And then I have to figure out how the hell to draw this perspective. Now it looks like Michael Jackson in the Thriller video. Yeah, I like that. Bunny and Clyde. Smartphone, yeah, was going to be the one that I was going to try and animate. Which I was thinking that what I might do is for that one is have two different views. And so one of them would be Ariel on the phone. And then the other one would be the animated part. And it would be like her scrolling through some sort of fish pun social media. Fishtagram. Maybe she's watching Fish Martin on Fishtagram Live in the bath. I think I might actually do that for that one. That would be funny. I would be amused by it anyway. I really want to do this face. That's the Instagram. Yeah, that makes more sense, I guess. Then I don't have to reuse fish for Fish Martin. It can be Finstagram. I feel like, isn't that kind of Finstagram? Finstagram sounds like a word that people already use to mean something else. But it'll be Finstagram. Finstagram Live. I feel like I gotta put her shells in. The t-shirt's throwing me off. Instagram is slang term for a secret second Instagram account. Yeah, exactly. So it's already a thing, but I think we can make it work. Should there be, this is the shoreline. Then I feel like there should be something on the shore here that she's sad about. And not a demon bunny. I'm trying to think of what she can be looking at. I can give her a bucket. The problem is that the bucket doesn't have anything to do with the shore. And I feel like I can't even stretch it, you know? Maybe it's Eric on the shore walking away. No. I am not even drawing full Ariel. You think I'm gonna draw another human? You think I'm gonna draw 3 people? Imagine bucket Ariel looks at sitting Ariel. Maybe it's just the bucket over here. And she's sad about the bucket. Yeah, if I make like a plastic, like one of those plastic beach ones that has like the rope handle. This is a rope handle, can you tell? And then we'll put a little shovel. And what else? What else do we use to make sandcastles? And it's just like a lump of sand. A destroyed sandcastle. I think I might need to move on to a second layer here. Let's go. There's a little shovel. Was bad about her holding hands with another one. I think that he meant Eric holding hands with another woman, which would be Ursula. Oh, I was like, why does my pen feel like it's so much lighter? The brush, because the opacity was turned down on the brush itself. I don't know how I feel about that part, but okay. So we've got the destroyed sandcastle. And probably would start the rope. It needs to be a little bit thinner than what I drew last time, so that it reads more as rope. And maybe if I do more like that kind of pattern. Okay, so there's the shore, and then we've got the water, and then we've got Ariel. Well, let me draw her eye normally first. It's something like that, and then we're be like about here, and then cut her off like here. You know what? I need to drop down my brush size a little bit. Oops. That line has too much expression in it. Yeah, that motorcycle's revving up. The thing is that I live by like a sort of major road, and my room has these huge windows that face the street, and so I get to hear everything. And it's not just one major road, it's like connected to a bunch of other roads like right near here, so get a lot of traffic. Now, I drew her neck incredibly long. This is a habit of mine. I think I might keep it. I don't know. How would she look if I drew her shoulders up higher? More normal? More like a normal mermaid? Will that work? Should I move it down or have more distance between her and the shore? I'm gonna keep going with this. Okay, let's make this here. This is my process, guys. It doesn't it doesn't change much between prompts. Just what I draw. The actual thing I'm drawing changes, but my method for drawing does not change that often. That actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna give her some collarbones because why not? It's day 26, you know? She doesn't have much else going on in this drawing. I'm trying to figure out what the heck button is my computer stuck on. Oh. It's because there was another window open on my other screen. Oh my god, I almost forgot the most important part. The single tear. She's also not looking at the sandcastle, so I have to fix that. She's Gotta look more like down there. And then like that. Basically. What if she's pregnant? Why? I'm not here to take your suggestions that make my life harder. I'm only here for the ones that make my life easier. Anyway, which she, Ariel, or the other woman? You're just going crazy over with plot points. It's like a soap opera. It's like a sea opera. A sopera. How come they don't call soap operas soperas? People are really missing out on the opportunity to call soap operas soperas. Okay, how does this look? Let's see. It looks like a glorious masterpiece, minus her arm over here coming out too far. It like is kind of weird. But now it's maybe like not far enough. Like that. Is that good? For literally no reason. Well, let me tell you about the birds and the bees. Here's why. And then this will have to be some, like, you know, foamy water. That's what the scribbles indicate. Foam. The foam of the sea. You all understand. Then I guess I gotta kind of also have some suggestion of more water back here. Now I kind of want to redraw this perspective. Let me think about it. Let me start a new sketch layer. Okay. So if we have Ariel there, but she'd actually be looking more over here. Ish. Maybe not quite so far. No, I hit Control D. I have to have a horizon. Wasn't she already pregnant in the Wrath one? No. She was just large. There's nothing wrong with a large Ariel. I'm just gonna blow that. No, that doesn't work. What I want is like the ruins of the sandcastle here. And then maybe the bucket is here. And the shovel is leaning up against it. And then basically Ariel is back here looking upset. And maybe her tail would be more down here. So the horizon's here, and then the shoreline itself, like that. Oh no, you're feeling sick again? Whatever you eat, you feel sick afterwards. Are you eating anything different from normal? I mean, probably not, right? Should those be on that side of her eye, or should I draw them on the other side? I'll draw them on the other side. Keep it consistent. It's like this eye I love, and this eye I can't get right. Drawing life. But you know, that's why when I go to actually do the line art, I'll just do one and then copy it over. Duplicate it, flip it, problem solved. Maybe just this whole shoulder is too wide compared to the other one that I gave her. So I'm gonna shorten it up a little bit. I think I have some proportion issues happening here. So I think the strap should still, no, not that far. Like there-ish. Oh god, that's terrible. Should I keep her collarbones. I don't think I'm gonna draw them in the... I didn't redraw this other side of her hair. I gotta do that. Otherwise she only has half a head of hair. Which could work. Actually, I think that maybe the prompt for tomorrow is punk. Let me check. One of them is punk. Yeah, tomorrow's prompt is punk. So I might do Ariel with an undercut. Who knows? Or a mohawk. Oh my god, Ariel with a mohawk. That would be awesome. You heard it here, folks. Tomorrow, Ariel with a mohawk. I'm gonna have the rope come down this way. It's like that rope that's like made out of plastic and it like hurts your soul just looking at it. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. I'll need to make this look something more like what used to be a sandcastle. And maybe have a little flag coming out of the top. Or I guess probably the flag would be... Oops. Like another mound on this side and have a flag coming out from here. Have I seen pics of Spider-Punk? I have not. And Sweetback, I have also never heard of. I'm looking up Spider-Punk right now. As we speak. Spider? I almost typed Spider-Pink. Spider-Punk. Ah. I like it. Spider-Punk. Oh my god, someone did like the cover of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, but it's Spider-Punk vs. the World. Let me show you this glorious image. Spider-Punk vs. the World. It's remarkable. Oh, it's bread. You guys will probably already finish the discussion by the time I see that. By the time you hear me say that it's bread. I'm glad that you put hard baked bread in parentheses because I just looked it up too, and the first thing I thought was it says it's a kind of rusk, and I was like, I don't know what that is either. So it's like just eating toast, sort of. Spider-Punk is an alternate suit. I was gonna ask because it seems like it would be. I don't know if I got it in my playthrough. It's been a while since I played that game. I always put on the cel-shaded one because it's awesome. It's so cool to be in a 3D world and look flat. Let's have the other flag on the ground over here. It's dead. A rest in peace flag. I think I like this perspective a lot better than the first one. It makes more sense and is more interesting. So I'm gonna like put it here. What I might do is start with a rectangle. I'm gonna make it 1920 by 1080. And then I'm inspired right now by, what can we do for this color? Just a nice gray. Put it behind everything. Let me make a group out of my sketches. I'll lower the opacity on it. Actually, let me leave that up for now. Because what I would like to do is shrink it down a little bit. Oh, you didn't know risk either. Twice baked. That makes sense. Hard toast. So I think that I might, nope, undo. I wanted V, not C. I want this to look kind of cinematic, you know? 1440p, what do I look like? A person who drew a 3000 pixel wide drawing the other day? Hell no. Stop trying to make me do more work. It's not happening. But I am going to duplicate this. I'm going to take the back one that I changed the color from black to gray, and I'm going to put it back on black. And I'm just going to shrink down this because I want it to look, oh no! What just happened? I let go of it too soon. I'm gonna letterbox it. In Animal Crossing New Horizons, you can, not only can you take screenshots from your Switch and capture videos after the fact as well, but within Animal Crossing New Horizons, on your Nook phone, you have an app that is a camera app. And with that, you can obviously take pictures of whatever's happening around you. You can actually set it up so that your character can leave the frame. And you're just trying to future-proof my work of art. No. I wanted to capture the essence of now. If I really wanted to future-proof it, I would do this in Illustrator and just save it as an SVG. Or, what's the other? AI is Illustrator file. What's, EPS. But I think that's more for print. I think SVG would suffice. Anyway, in Animal Crossing New Horizons, you can take pictures of an area. You can adjust the camera a little bit depending on where you are. When you're inside, you have more control over the camera than when you're outside. And you can add filters and like overlays. So one of the filters is like cinematic or something like that. And actually I think it's just called film. And then they have an overlay, which is the letterbox, and I'm somewhat addicted to taking pictures like that when I use the camera. So I'm inspired by my addiction to that, and that thus we're ending up with this work of art here, which I think might need a little more adjusting. Oh no, not that kind of adjusting. Not rotation. Although we could go for the Dutch angle. You know, everything's flipped upside down. I kind of don't hate it, actually. You had a Photoshop and Illustrator course in 2012, but the only thing you can remember is that one of the instructors hit on you. Oh, geez. Ugh. That's creepy. I don't blame you for not remembering anything from that class other than that, because that's ugh. But if you ever want to learn more, you can just ask me. I taught a class to graphic designers on how to use Photoshop and Illustrator and InDesign. But even I don't really use InDesign that much. I'm concerned that... No, I think it'll be okay. I'm concerned that the shovel might be too close to the bottom of the frame, but I think I'm going to have to move it up compared to the pail anyway, because it's supposed to be kind of leaning against it, and it doesn't really look like it's doing that right now. So I think we'll be okay in the end. I'm actually glad that I rotated this shot. Look, it's a happy accident. Oh my god, you got a flashback to Mr. Jefferson. Oof. Please, he does not deserve to be called Mr. Jefferson. What was his name? Mark Jefferson. That's a creepy name. You know? It just is. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get started on the line layer in a hot second, but first, I have to turn my light on. So give me one moment while I untangle myself from everything that I have keeping me bound to my desk. Let there be light. Not that you guys can tell the difference, but maybe you will in how well I use my computer. You're surprised I didn't go crazy with photo mode in Horizon Zero Dawn? That's because I didn't really know that it existed, and I still don't really know what I can do on the PlayStation. But I did take some. I think it was in the Frozen Wilds DLC in the like cave thing. I definitely took some videos. Okay, what do I want to go for with the brush? Stick with the same brush that I've been using for all of my drawings. Sounds great. Sounds like a perfect plan. Let's draw Ariel first. Let's draw her good eye first. Here's the thing is that part of me, I wanted to branch out with this art challenge and try different styles and push my art and do things differently, but it's hard when you're doing an art challenge every single day, and So this is the kind of style that basically this is like what I seem to end up reverting to when oh wait, I didn't want to draw the teardrop yet. It wasn't that great of a teardrop, so I don't Ariel looks mortified. Anyway, the teardrop wasn't that great yet, so I feel confident that I can replicate what I did last time. Otherwise, I would have just like copied and then, well, I don't know. But anyway, the photo mode is pretty cool on PS4, but I also feel like the games that I play on PlayStation are not, like, the only reason why I've taken pictures in Animal Crossing New Horizons and in my other Switch game, Breath of the Wild, although I have Link's Awakening too, but like those games have camera tools within the game, and it's like part of the game to use those, whereas like taking pictures in Horizon Zero Dawn, there's no incentive for me to do it. And so I would rather just stare at the beautiful graphics while still playing the game, while still making actual progress in the game. You don't know why, but she gives you Lisa Simpson vibes. I can see that. I think it might be the eyes. I feel like I probably in my art have some, in my really stylistic art like this, have some influence of The Simpsons, because I grew up watching The Simpsons. And I know I definitely have a lot of Nicktoon inspiration. Particularly, I find in the way that I color my art and the colors that I use and stuff like that. I'm trying to see if I can find an image of Lisa that has this expression, this kind of expression here. Well, no, not really, but I see what you mean though. Until a while ago, you didn't know who Lisa Simpson was. Well, now you know. How did you come across Lisa Simpson? I'm curious. If you hadn't known who she was until recently, what was it that helped you discover the identity of Lisa Simpson? Should her collar start there and then here or something like that? I don't know. I said I probably wasn't gonna keep it, but I probably am gonna keep it. How should I do the bra? Like, sometimes I don't love the way that I draw the bra with like the more segmented shell aspect. But I don't know what else to do, so oh, people told you were like Lisa? I can understand that because Lisa's a very smart person and she's very passionate about things and very compassionate, which I think are all traits that you have as well. Oh no, I drew the outside of the bra without... Oh god, I messed it up. That's why this side looks so dumb, because I drew it wrong. This part where it was tiny, I thought it looked wrong, but it wasn't. It's just because I was thinking about it the wrong way. What do you think of The Simpsons? Also, do you know what season it was that you were watching? Or like which episode? Definitely, I mean, there's no way this wouldn't happen with a show that's been on for that long. Like, Simpsons has been on for a long time. And so, you know, not every season is that good. The quality changes, right? It's kind of the way of life. You can't have a show that runs for 30 years and not have it suck sometimes. Or not have it suck a lot of the time. You think they meant it in a slightly more negative way? Probably, but that doesn't mean that you have to take it negatively. You can just be like, thanks, because being nerdy, who cares? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure you already know this. Okay. Hold on, sorry. I'm in the middle of a crisis right now. Because this looks so wrong. That anatomy is like so messed up. Her torso needs to come in like this. What did I do? Oh my god. First of all, I'm gonna get rid of these collarbones. They're messing everything up. You know what? We're just going to make a new layer. Yeah, I think a lot of the older ones, I watched a lot of the first 4 seasons because we got them on DVD when they first started releasing The Simpsons on DVD. Okay, let's see. This is why I messed things up. I didn't do any kind of real sketching for her body. I just did fake sketching and then I kept going with it. Season 4 is great. It has... Wait, is that season 4 or is it season 3? Season 3 has Mr. Plow, right? Season 4 has the monorail episode, I think. Classics. And I also love the one where... when they go on strike at the power plant. And Lisa plays the song Classical Gas on her guitar. Does this make more sense? It does. But because I drew her neck so long and thin, it like throws off the rest of her proportions, I think. Yeah, remember how I wanted to keep the neck long? I don't think I can do that. Let's go from here. Why am I having the most amount of struggle on this? The simplest drawing. I'll tell you why. It's because I didn't put enough effort into it earlier in the process, and I screwed myself over. I should not draw it this way on this layer. Let me make another layer. Let me cut that into a new layer so that I can just do my sketch, be sketchier with it. And then I'm trying to rush it. It's not good idea. Okay, but this at least looks better. It's still just that like her head is kind of big. I think her neck needs to start out over here. It's too much. Okay, let me draw over that part. This could work. Maybe. I'm struggling, guys. I'm sorry I'm not reading any of your comments about The Simpsons right now. But I'm really going through something over here. The light blue box set, pink one, and dark blue. I think the light blue one was the first season. The pink one was the third. And the dark blue one was the fourth. I don't really remember what color the second season was. Unless that was the light blue one. In which case, then I don't remember what the first season looked like. Oh boy, guys, I'm just thinking about having to color this thing. No, thank you. And then I still have more work to do after this stream. Which has already been going for an hour. How does it take me so long to even draw dumb things? Okay, that's it. It looks perfect. I'm done. I can no longer draw these versions of Ariel. Okay. Now to draw the rest of her hair. That's the sound that drawing makes when you draw hair. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay, fantastic. Now, let me just draw some. Oh. Oh no, guys, I've messed up again. You can't see me, but I have my hands over my eyes because I don't want to look at the mess that I made. This looks better to me, but the problem is that it's vertical and we're at an angle in this drawing. That's why her body was tilted. So, how can I fix this? Let me just erase some of this. No, I don't want to erase that much. Okay, I'm gonna cut her head off. Just kidding, I'm cutting off her body. Ariel, we're cutting you off from having a body. You're not allowed anymore. Turn it. Why this stupid? Sometimes having the snap on is not helpful. Her neck should still come from about there-ish. Okay, problem solved. Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys joining these live streams and giving me an audience. So, at least there's that. It's fun. I have fun doing these, I promise. I think I'm just a little mermaid out at this point, which, I mean, it really only took me until about the other day to feel this way. And honestly, I think it's in part because of the fact that, well, one, not all of these prompts are very inspiring to begin with, but I have to be inspired to do them. Or I have to be able to think of something that I feel like works closely enough. And then I actually have to do it. But I think also it's just because I've had more other work coming in the last few days. And so having to think about trying to get all that stuff done. You know, it's like that thing of no one wants anything from you for a while. Then suddenly, everyone's got work for you. I'm in that period right now. So, and it's been getting nicer out. So there's this one area that they've closed off to. It's a trail normally. And then they've closed off the road that runs alongside of it, which is like in most places like a 4-lane road. So they've closed that off permanently for car traffic for the past like 2 months at this point. So I've been riding my bike along there because there's not really that many people out and there's enough space that it's easy to get around people. So that's why they have it closed off. But I've been doing that, but then if I go for bike rides, then I have to calculate for that time, and I just have a problem in my life of saying yes to too many things, because not because I can't say no, but because I want to do everything, you know? I'm making a second line layer for the sand and stuff. Let me start with the beautiful, beautiful bucket. So I've got kind of, oh, I liked the way this was working out right here, this curve, until I just screwed it up. Anyway, I like this curve. Because I think it works well to suggest the lip of the bucket. The little plastic buckets. And then, no, this one's got to curve a little bit more that way. I might need to just I'm trying to hold my pen at an angle that works, but then the cursor is a little bit off when I tilt it that way, so then I end up drawing my line in the wrong place. Okay, now on this side, comes to about here, and then starts doing this, and then on this side we can draw it like that, and then it's a perfect bucket and nothing ever needs to change. Okay, time to draw this rope. Let's do it this way, and at some point I have to start drawing the other sides of it. But that point is not now. It probably would have made more sense for me to start at the other end, the opposite end of where I started, and draw the ones that are kind of on top first, and then the ones that are underneath. But I'm a left to right kind of person, you know? This rope handle came out looking a lot better than I imagined it would even. So I'm loving that. I think this brush works pretty well for doing sand stuff. I'm really making use of my pressure sensitivity there. Which I don't often do. A lot of the time my lines are very same width. Okay, I didn't account for the shovel. So I'm gonna draw it on a different layer. And I'm not going to care about the bucket right now. I'm just gonna draw the shovel. And let me hide the bucket so it doesn't confuse me. Draw it like that. I have such a hard time drawing straight lines, but I also don't ever put smoothing on my brush, so probably if I used that I could get overall better line quality, but I'm also just feeling really impatient with this drawing. And so that's not helping either. I don't think that's necessary to draw that. Maybe something like that. Good enough for me. Now I'm going to put it up again. No. Now I'm going to put it up against here. And then I'm gonna go back. Does that make sense? It sure does. It all makes perfect sense. There's so many people driving motorcycles. I don't respond to those kinds of comments. I'm refusing. I know that I unleashed this terror of a certain fictional animated character, but I'm no longer recognizing its existence. Alright. Actually, I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. Sometimes you just need a good layer of line art in a mediocre drawing. Because when the drawing overall is mediocre, then the standards for what counts as good line art become much lower, far easier to surpass. And that's really when I excel. When the expectations have been lowered. Ooh, how do I do this one? Let me draw the flag first. That's too thick. I have to draw the flag drooping a little bit. It's a sad flag. I just need to erase that. Da, 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 da. The line layer can be where miracles happen. No, wait, I kind of need this to happen like this, and then erase all that beauty I just drew on that side, because it's not what I need. Oh, this window's open again. Okay, here we go, back on this side. All right, it's looking good. I just have to draw in the water, the line for the water, which actually I might leave that lineless. I think I might leave it lineless, but I do need to, well, I was thinking I need to erase the part of Ariel that is under the water. But maybe I'll just leave that. And it can get kind of hidden. Guys, I'm actually pretty impressed with what I've drawn here. This looks much better than I thought it was gonna look. Okay. Let me just collect my lines. Lines, please. Let me open up my shark. You can see how much I gave up yesterday. But that one was fun to do also, you know. No, don't put it in the sketches group. Put it above. Come on, man. Come on. What I might do with this beautiful rectangle here is make a nice sky. But I should probably do it as a gradient. So I'm gonna make a nice sky gradient. And this is not gonna let me do this. Okay. Click on that one. Okay, great. Perfect. Now we want a sky that's like kind of a lighter color. And then it gets to a richer color. Oh, okay. Or it stays. Okay. There it goes. Come on, man. $0.90. Why does it show up? Okay. It was just a weird thing that happened. But it's not happening anymore, so it's okay. I think maybe a little more of that. The good news is that because it's a shape layer, I can very easily change that gradient later if it needs to be changed. So I'm not too worried about it. I am worried about wanting to do this. You know what? Let's start with the hair. Wait, actually, yeah. Start with the hair. So what I do. This is really becoming the most tedious part, especially on the days where I don't feel like drawing, which is actually coloring the thing. There's a lot of space left. Don't worry, a lot of it's going to be the water and sand, and we can add in some like little sand specks and stuff like that. And some water lines. That will be small effort with a big payoff. That's what I'm hoping for. But first I want to get the main stuff colored in. Coloring is your favorite part to watch. I can totally understand that because, and especially when I watch like speed paintings and stuff, I like watching people do line art and I like watching them color stuff in too. It's like where you see the most, like, the thing coming together. But in terms of doing it, that's not my favorite. I think normally I just color the outside and then do the sort of under part of her hair right there separately. But I'm just going to color this at once and then recolor that area. Which is probably what I should have been doing all along, because I think it makes it less work for me. Even though it's a small area, when I do it the other way, then I still have to go through the same thing that I'm doing right now, where I have to like cover up the parts that don't get colored in by the paint bucket. Okay. I think that's good. And then where are my swatches? See, now this is showing the white line again. But I don't know why, unless my, oh, you know what? That's probably why it looks so dumb over there. Because somehow, I can't say that Photoshop has good gradient tools, because they don't. So if you're ever wondering why your gradient doesn't look right, okay, just gonna do the lock on the layer so I can color in only what's already colored in, but I'm gonna do it a different color. Boom, done. That's the hair. Oh, I'm trying to think, am I gonna make myself care about the lighting in this picture? And I probably am. But no, I don't think so. It's too late and I have other work that I need to do after this. We're at an hour and a half and I need to be done in half an hour. And the last time that I said that, oh no! The last time that I said that, I was still drawing an hour later. So I'm hoping for that not to happen. Skin. I don't have time to care about it. Like, it doesn't matter. Actually, I'll color that in too. No, it's just a matter of it's already 9:30 at night and I have more work that I need to do today before I can go to sleep. So I like can't be working on this past 10 o'clock. Otherwise I would do it. I'd put the shading in. You just have to suffer through it. Because I told you this one would be more half-assed. Should I keep her eyes fully blue? The nice thing about this one too is that I didn't have to draw the top of fin thing, like at her waist. That one is pretty, it's not too bad to draw most of the time, but it's pretty much, it doesn't change much. No matter what she's doing, it's pretty much always the same. And to make like the thickness of it look consistent on both sides can be kind of difficult for me. So I'm glad to not have to draw it. Blue Eye White Mermaid. It reminds me of the blowhard level in Spyro that we went through tonight. Okay, I just need her face, which basically will be her eyes. And the teardrop, the massive attack teardrop. Which probably, I'll do it as like a blue, and I'll put my opacity on. Perfect. Well guys, that's Ariel done. Group it. Ariel. Boom. Now, I need to go back real quick because there's so many people driving motorcycles today. And like tonight. Like, I'm not sure that I heard that many. Well, I also don't know if it's a motorcycle or just someone with a really loud car, but my point stands. It hasn't been that loud during the day, I think. My opacity's still on. And I'm just gonna kind of color a little bit of some of the shoreline here. Well, I think that maybe it comes out like that. Something along those lines. And then this is gonna have to be a clip mask with the what's it called? The rectangle underneath it. Or I'll just leave it like that, and then when I crop it, it will. I don't need to have this sketch layer on. When I crop it, then it'll crop out the rest of those spots. But it works either way. It colored outside of the lines. It's like the same person keeps circling the block. I doubt it. But it's possible. I'm telling you, there's really like 3 different roads here. And like 2 or 3 different ramps between the roads. So that's why there's so many cars. Everyone seems to be out tonight. Coming back from wherever. But probably Reading, because today's been really nice out. It's probably the warmest it's been so far this spring. So everyone's gotta get their motorcycle riding in. And then some people just need to get their cars checked, I think. You sent a 7-minute video of you walking at the river. Cool. I'll have to check it out probably another day when I have 7 minutes. Filling in these. I hate it when it's like so hard to see. There's not a lot of contrast between the blue and this like tan color for the sand, so it's like kind of straining to try and see where's that little bit, and I missed some right there. I am gonna need some shading overall because obviously like these parts of the sand need to be pushed back a little bit. Water. Okay. I don't know why I see here. Now we have to come back to. I just need a slight angle, but not that much of an angle. Okay, maybe like 80. Made a neat 3D effect by having the same. Oh, by having the. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. It looks kind of like. Like 3D layers in After Effects. But I don't want that. Not for this drawing. What color should the water be? This color? Perfect. How far out should the water go? This far? I think it needs to go like that. And then I just need some water over here, water over here. Connect those. And I think I'm just gonna do it this way. Oh god, there's more sand that needs to be colored over. There it goes. How are we doing on time? I have 13 minutes. Do you guys know the song 4 Minutes by Madonna? Featuring Justin Timberlake? And I think Timbaland also was in that song. The song was from about the year 2007, I think. I could be a little off on that. Just like I'm a little off on this drawing. I mean, coloring in the water right there. I was a little bit off. Oh, I didn't color in the flags, but that's okay. Okay, time for the same process. The thing is that, I liked that song a lot when it came out. And then when I listened to it recently, I was like, I mean, it's still a fun song to sing to, but it just doesn't make any sense. It has no context. And by the way, the song is not even 4 minutes long. It's like, I think it might be just over 4 minutes or like just under. But if I was them, I would have made it exactly 4 minutes. And the video is also weird. Doesn't make sense. Nonsensical. Not 4 minutes long. What's the point? Just like me coloring in the gap in an area that's not even gonna appear on the screen. What is the point? Now, I have to say that I really don't like this color of the water and the color of the sky together. So I think I'm going to be changing it. And also probably adding a little bit more on this side. .36 isn't 136. Yes, but it was at one point, right? That's why they called it that. So that's fair. They don't mention 1.36 in the song at all. They don't mention 1 minute 36 seconds. Whereas the song 4 minutes is everywhere in the song. So I think they don't get a pass. Let's make it like a... Let's make it a bright ass blue. I don't know if I love this blue either, but it's here. It's a thing. It's happening. Oh no, there's gaps in the skin. So what I'm doing right now is, no, that was the wrong layer. Coloring over this with the watercolor. The color of the water. And then I'm just gonna no, that's not what I want at all. That's good enough. Let's see. I found that collaborations have had the impact they used to in the early 2000s. Like when Santana and Michelle Branch did Game of Love and Nelly and Garth Brooks did Over and Over. I don't know either of those songs, but Santana and Rob Thomas, Smooth, that's an incredible song. I think that song's from the 90s and not the 2000s, but it's an incredible song. Or maybe it's from very early 2000s, but I don't think so. Smooth jazz. Yes, thank you. Autofill. That's what I'm looking for. Well, it was recorded in 1998 to 1999, but it was the final #1 hit of the 1990s and the first #1 hit of the 2000s. Huh. Who knew? But so technically it's a 90s song, but I feel like nowadays everyone is collaborating with everyone else all the time. There are a lot of I mean, I feel like it's easier for people to collaborate now, and also I don't know. I have no opinion. The end. Let's make this pale hot pink. Really, I should just color it this way. Undoing. I only have 6 minutes. Boy, oh boy. This just feels like being in school again, and I like have to rush to finish my homework before it's due, and then I have other homework to do after. That's the feeling that I'm getting right now. I keep forgetting to turn back pressure sensitivity on. But apparently it's not totally necessary. Let's get a little bit of a gray kind of thing happening. I'm gonna make a new layer just in case I mess up. That's a little too gray. We'll go with this shade instead. I'm making a new layer in case I mess anything up, so I don't have to like keep switching back and forth between the colors. I can just erase but I'm gonna merge them once it's done. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna make a slightly darker pink for the inside here. You're gonna make me do this? I'm just live streaming it. I would have to do this anyway. And also I probably wouldn't have had any idea of what to do for it. Because I didn't before I started. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. I don't really know how that song actually goes, though. I know of it, but I can't actually really sing it. Does that stand out enough? I might make some adjustments to the color. I'm not sure any of this is doing any good. I'll leave it. Okay, well, I have to do the flags. That's the last thing. Flags. Talk among the sandcastles this morning. I drew a line. I drew a line in the sand. Let's do this greenish color for the actual flag. Why not? It's like highlighter yellow. Fantastic. Do you see this gap? I think that one is because I drew over that area. Need to make my brush a little smaller for these teeny tiny parts. Okay, the water needs to go behind. Oh yeah, I have to fix the water. Just a little bit. Oh no. That's the complete opposite of fixing it. Oh no. Okay. It's all good. So, let's see. The sand does need just a little bit. Oh, and I want to put in some nice foam for the water. What time? We're after 2 hours. It's 9:54 though, so at least I can do another 5 minutes. Hopefully that will be enough. I can always go back and redo things on this and make it look nicer later. Okay, let me decrease that a bit. Foam. Let me take like a chalk looking brush. Charcoal, Conte pencil, chalk. I mean, we'll see how it comes out. Glorious. Gonna delete what I just did though. Okay, now I might actually want to just gonna make a new layer. Why not? Let's go back to my other brush. Actually, do need to go back to the other layer back. Oh, no. That's the wrong thing. I had my eraser tool selected. I did not mean for that to happen. Okay, I'm just gonna do some little sand dots. You know, really make it look like it's sand here. I don't like these original sand dots that I drew, so I'm erasing them. This feels almost exactly like drawing stars. Any kind of starry scene. No, that's two. I'm gonna do them like that. And then okay. Then just a little for the water. A very little. I feel like this is really working for me. But I didn't put the title in. I think I need to do it like with an actual font, like I did for royalty. So let's try this. Sure. No, not sure. I also need to make it a lot smaller. But bigger than that. Nope, not 1510. This is the same font that I use for the stream thumbnails, so I think it's pretty much perfect that I use it for this too. Sure. What color should it be? Purple. Let's add just a little bit of drop shadow maybe. It needs to be bigger. I don't really want to write it on the bucket because I feel like the bucket wouldn't have any writing on it. You think like handwritten? Let's see what happens if I screw it up. Why is it doing that? I don't think I like the way that came out. It doesn't really... It doesn't really work like I would have liked for it to work. Because then I think I'd have to kind of blur some things. So let me try this sand aspect because I have to go. So this one? Maybe? Great. Works for me. Then I'm just gonna do my signature over here. Too big. Close enough. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. I guess I do need to do one last step here, which is to crop it. Would help if my fingers aren't one key off. And I'm just gonna do it this way. I like using the trim feature under image, but the problem is that when it crops using that tool, it like completely deletes anything outside of where it cropped, whereas if I use the crop tool here, I can, you know, go back and change things. So I do it that way. There we go. Sure. I think I might put a little bit of a gradient in the background. Well, not in the background. Oh my god. Wrong way. Let's just see. Can I get this to look good at all? It kind of just desaturates it though. Overlays, maybe a little too much. Here's the other thing too. We were talking about this in the last one that I did, I think, when I had a vignette on it. And the problem that I always forget about is that my monitor, my drawing tablet monitor, does not, the colors aren't exactly the same as they show up on my laptop. Like I've calibrated it as closely as I can, but it's still a little bit off. So sometimes I'll like bring it over to my other monitor. I'm like, oh, that looks a little different. But anyway, this is good enough for now. Thank you for joining me. I'm hoping to have that mermaid video for day 21, I think it was, futuristic. I'm hoping to have that video out tomorrow, assuming that I get the rest of my work done, because I have stuff I have to finish tonight. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this. It came out pretty well in the end, I think. Better than I would have expected for my levels of effort. So, yes, thank you for joining me. Probably next time we see each other for Mermay will be on Sunday, the last Mer day. That's it. Until then, peace out. Have a good night, everyone. I love that there's the loud honking as soon as I go to end it.